All right, y'all, I still don't have a name for y'all yet or intro, but it's probably not going to be anything like that. I know y'all missed me. It's been, I think, maybe like 6 days. I told myself I was going to do 2 videos a day. I mean, not 2 videos a day, 2 videos a week. And I didn't hold myself to that, and that's bad. So I'm holding myself accountable, and I'm going to make sure I get another video done this week. All right, so what I'm going to be explaining today is basically how the credit repair process is going to work for some people, just because I want you guys to know like what's going on when I am doing this process. Try to be like as transparent as possible with you guys, maybe like my potential clients. I just want you guys to trust me and just know what's going on. So I'm gonna really just break it down for you. So sometimes when it comes to repairing people's credit, a lot of people get it confused thinking like, oh, they have a collection or they have a couple collections, some late payments, whatever. And after I delete that, their score is gonna go up 150 points. But that's not how it works like at all. So the way it really works is as I'm removing these negative accounts for you guys, you need to start adding positive primary accounts where like trade lines also work. That's why I said primary, because trade lines aren't gonna be primary accounts because it's like an authorized user. And so those also help, but they're not really as good as your own, your own primary account. So something I recommend for people a lot of time for more clients would be, as I'm removing these accounts, it's good to start getting like credit builders. Like, so there's like Self is going to be something where they can report an installment loan on your credit report. And it's also good to have like some type of like credit diversity. That's why I always introduce or like bring up Self, because you could get yourself a secure credit card and then do the secured loan with Self, because it's going to report a credit card and an installment loan. So it's good to have that credit mix on your credit profile, because lenders like to see that. They don't want to just see you managing one credit card or something like that. They want to see multiple different accounts. So that's why I always recommend that to people. And Self, it's like around like $30 a month. You can set up a plan for around 2 years, and it's basically just like a savings account that builds your credit. So it's a win-win. So when it comes to building your guys' credit profiles back up from when it's messed up, the only way we're going to be able to reach like this big 150 jump, 200 point jump is going to be for me removing these negative accounts and you adding positive accounts. So I just want to get that point across, because a lot of people be getting confused like, oh, my score only went up this amount, but like as I'm removing accounts, I'm deleting credit history, and credit history is important on your credit report. So if I'm removing credit history and you're not adding anything else on, although the negative items are removed, your credit score will go up some. It's not going to go up like 150 though. So that's why I always recommend to everybody, as I'm removing these accounts, start adding your own accounts. That's what's really going to help. More tips on the building your credit side. So there's a whole bunch of different things you can do. Like I said before, there's Self. There's also something called Kickoff, where it's going to report a line of credit on your credit report. So it'll basically be like a credit card, but not really like a credit card that you're using. It'll just report like a $3,500 limit on your credit report. So that can help getting approved for other types of credit cards. They'll see the credit line on your credit report and be like, okay, we could trust them with maybe $3,000 too, or $3,500 also, just because they see that other bank or whoever gave you a line of credit for $3,500. Another thing you could do is report your rent history. I've just been seeing that Self offers that now. You can also go through rentreporters.com. That's another way to report your rent history onto your credit report. So say you've been living in an apartment for 5 years or something, you could get the 5 years of credit history onto your credit report and help boost your credit age. Because credit age is like the hardest thing to get, because you can't speed up time. The only way you could really do it is getting authorized users. But again, authorized users are good for you, but at the same time, it's like they're not as strong, obviously, as your own personal account. So I would definitely recommend, if you've been renting for a while, definitely get that up on there. And yeah, I would also recommend trying to utilize authorized users. So if you have any family members or anybody with good credit that you can trust, I would definitely say, or ask them if you get on their credit card. There's also ways you can pay for authorized users. There's TradelineSupply.com. Yeah, TradelineSupply.com. You could go in there. And it ranges from the credit limit. So if you're trying to lower your utilization, you could get a credit card with a $25,000 limit. It's going to hit your utilization. It'll bring it all the way down if it is high. And then you can also add a little bit of credit history on there. It does get a little pricey depending on what you need. So like a high limit with long credit age obviously is going to cost more because there's more to it. But yeah, that's some more tips for y'all. So another thing too, when it comes to your credit report, you're gonna have the 5-factor your credit, which is basically gonna make your credit report. So you have your payment history. That's literally your most important thing. So if it gets to a point where you gotta do a balance transfer, or just find some way to get some cash off your credit cards to pay your card, do it. Because you never want to miss a payment. Missing a payment or like trying to fix a late payment is the hardest thing. It sounds crazy, but like getting a bankruptcy deleted is easier than fixing a late payment. It's the hardest thing to fix. So don't ever miss your payments. It's very important. It makes 35% of your overall credit score. So you don't want to miss that at all, because you miss a payment, your score might go down 50, 60 points. So that's something I definitely am very strict on. Do not miss nothing. Okay, so something I did that if there's somebody who's 18, 19, this is something I recommend you guys to do. Try to get as many accounts as you can early on, because now say as you're 20, like I'm 22 and I have first starter credit at 18. I have a credit card that already has 4 years of credit history. So it's best to start early on. You want to start as early as possible and try to obtain as many accounts as you can. Because most of my accounts now are 3 years and up of credit history, which is good considering I'm only 22. So now by the time, say I'm 30, these accounts are going to have 12 years of credit history. And there's people who start their credit when they're 30, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you always want to start as soon as possible. So I mean, if you're starting at 30, you got to start as soon as you can. All right, y'all, I hope I covered a lot. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask down below. I'm always going to be responsive and try to help everybody out, because that's just who I am. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. My Instagram is in my... Is it in my bio? It should be in my bio of my YouTube. You should be able to find it. It's just AIK Solutions. So if you have any personal questions that you feel you may not feel comfortable commenting, you could DM me and I'm always going to respond. But yeah, I hope I covered a lot of different things to help you guys get a better understanding of how the credit repair process works and just like the whole building your report and stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Don't mind my outfit. I was at the gym and you know, we gotta work every day. So going to the gym and working. You gotta get better every day. Every day, you gotta do something productive. So yeah, that's a little bit of motivation, not really, but hey, it's better than nothing. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next video.
Damn, I'm on my respect, goddamn. I've been running up a check.